Hello and welcome back to Capsule Closet Stylist with me, Michelle Barrett. I hope you're having a wonderful week wherever you are. I've been a personal stylist for 25 years, and since the pandemic I started a business online where I now help people build capsule wardrobes that mix and match easily. Now, one question I get asked quite frequently, and not only do I get asked, but when I'm just talking to people in general, they have a lot of confusion about, is what is a capsule wardrobe? It might seem like that's a really simple question, but what is it? So today I'm going to go through all the elements that I consider make up the perfect capsule wardrobe, and it will probably help you focus on building that capsule wardrobe that works for you. So let's get started. Now, the main part of what I believe is a capsule wardrobe and your ultimate goal is a collection of clothes that mix and match easily. Now, there's a lot of information out there about numbers. It should be 109 numbers or 39 numbers or 10 numbers or whatever it is. The point is, no particular number will work for everybody. So if you are watching this, your capsule wardrobe will be different to mine. It will be different to the next person that watches this video and the person before that. The reason why is because there's so many elements that go to making a wardrobe that works. But the ultimate goal is something where you can go to your wardrobe almost with your eyes closed, pull two items out and they work together, because you've limited down the colours and lots of other aspects, which I'm going to go through now, and it mixes and matches easily. That is the ultimate goal of a capsule wardrobe. There's nothing in there that doesn't mix with everything else. Number two is items you love. So everything in that wardrobe you love. Now, it might be that you love other bits better than others. Of course, what you might wear to work, you might not absolutely adore, but it will be the best option you could choose for, your colour, your size, the purpose, everything else. It will be the best quality. So it will be the best item in that category of whatever it is. So everything you will love, but it should all feel good on you. All of it should feel good on you, both physically and mentally. It should feel amazing. So that is another aspect I consider makes up the perfect capsule wardrobe. Everything you love. Number three is clothes that feel good. Now, when we say feel good, we usually consider that they actually feel good physically, but they should feel good mentally as well. In other words, I've actually seen this happen to clients, where they put something on and literally their posture changes. And the reason why their posture changes is because they feel good in it. They feel like they look good in it. So this is not just about it digging in or itching you or feeling too sweaty or irritating your skin. It's about it also making you feel good. You feel like you look the bomb in it. So yes, a capsule wardrobe should encapsulate a collection of clothes that you love, that you feel good in, and that mix and match easily. Number four, the capsule wardrobe should fit your lifestyle. So what do I mean by that? So the biggest mistake that most people make is they go out to the shops and they buy an item, they're like, oh, I love that, and they bring it back and they try and fit it with what they've already got, and then they try and work out where they're going to wear it. Occasionally they're choosing it for a particular occasion, but they haven't thought about where they're going to wear it after that or what they're going to wear it with. So this is what I mean by a capsule wardrobe should fit your lifestyle. Now, one of the best ways you can work that out is look at what you do over a month, divide it into 100%. So if you spend 60% of your time at work, 20% of your time at home, maybe 20% of your time with the kids or out with the girls or out on date night or whatever it is, that is how your wardrobe should be divided up. We need to make sure your capsule wardrobe serves you rather than you serving it. And by what I mean by that is you're constantly searching for things that work and they don't quite work. So your capsule wardrobe should suit your lifestyle. in your capsule wardrobe, your clothes should work for your body type. Now, I sometimes hear people say that they're not worried about this, and that's absolutely fine. But the fact remains, if you know what kind of areas of your body you're not so happy with and you're kind of a little bit conscious of, you can use clothes to enhance your best features and cover up areas that you're not so happy with. So all the clothes in your wardrobe should make you feel good in that respect as well. In other words, they enhance you in the best way that they possibly can. So knowing your body type and actually having that information before you go and buy something is also very, very helpful in building a capsule wardrobe that works for you. Similarly to my last suggestion, your colours. Now, knowing what colours work for you is also a massive part of building a capsule wardrobe. In actual fact, whenever anybody comes to me, potential client, and they come to me and they're saying, I need to build a capsule wardrobe, and they don't know where to get started, the first two things I suggest they do is look at what styles and cuts suit their body type and what colours suit them. I've got a colour analysis and a body type style guide, which is my first bottom rung service, which actually I suggest to everybody above anything else, because it just helps you make much more informed choices. Knowing what colours work for you not only means you can choose a colour palette to build that capsule wardrobe from, you know every single colour in that colour palette works for you, but on top of that, you can become much more informed about how to use colour in areas you're not quite as happy with, and to enhance in areas you are as well. Besides that, it makes you look healthier, it reflects off your skin better, it can bring out your eyes, it can bring out shades of your hair, it can literally make you look so much better knowing what colours work for you. So that then kind of translates into everything else in making you generally feel good. So yes, having a colour palette works really well for two reasons. One, because it actually enhances your features and makes you feel better. And two, it means you have a palette to choose from to start building that capsule wardrobe with. So whenever you go and buy something, you buy something in that colour palette that you've chosen from. The next important part of building a capsule wardrobe is that the clothes that you own fit the climate that you live in. Now, if you live in a seasonal climate, you may kind of need almost like two wardrobes. Some people have four, but I think that's too extreme personally. Some people just have one wardrobe that lasts throughout the whole year. But that can be quite tricky if sometimes it's snowing where you are and then sometimes it's like 35 degrees. So, your wardrobe should reflect the climate you live in. Now, one top tip on this one, if you do live in a seasonal environment and you are looking to build a capsule wardrobe and you do have a colour palette you've chosen from, I usually suggest around 8 colours, 4 what I call canvas colours and 4 what I call paint colours. Paint colours are the brighter ones, canvas colours are like your neutrals to the background to your wardrobe. What I suggest you do is you choose your palette for whatever season you start your wardrobe in, and then swap out 2 or 3 of the colours for the next season. So it might be that you choose maybe navy blue, burgundy, and like a bright red or something for winter, but then in the summer you might choose like a coral colour or like a really light sea blue and maybe, you know, I don't know, a salmon colour or something like that. So you might actually just swap out 2 or 3 of those colours. Now, the reason why I suggest that is because we all know if we live in a seasonal environment that it doesn't just go from winter one day to summer the next. There's usually quite a few months in between where it can kind of change quite frequently. So what you want is the vast majority of your wardrobe to work through that time as well. So if you have a winter wardrobe and you have a summer wardrobe, the colours still mix for the vast majority very easily. That way you can still make sure that when you go to that capsule wardrobe that it still works for you. Next up is quite similar to what I mentioned before, but fabrics that feel good. Now, it is so important that your capsule wardrobe works for you. This is why it's so different for everybody. Now, some people would find this is real wool, this jumper, they would find that quite irritating. I would find it irritating myself if it was against my skin, which is why I wear a shirt underneath it. But it's so important that the fabrics feel good on you. So it is so much better to go for something which is of a better quality if the fabric's better, than to go for something which is low quality that's going to be itching you, digging in, maybe irritates your skin, maybe the label irritates the back of your neck, or maybe it just clings to you in a way that you don't like, or it feels too bulky. Fabric is equally as important as everything else. So if there are fabrics that have irritated you in the past, consider what they are and try to avoid them in the future, because that will make your capsule wardrobe so much more cohesive as well. Number 9. Now, I kind of mentioned this just a minute ago, but we need to make sure that the quality is the best quality you can afford. Now, the whole point of a capsule wardrobe is something that lasts. It's not a fad. It's not something that you change every year. It's something that will last. So in that regard, you want to get the best quality that you can. Now, if you are on a budget, and lots of people are at the moment, I totally understand that. It doesn't mean to say you need to buy new. Almost everything, in fact, I think everything bar my beret I'm wearing today, I bought pre-loved. So always buy the best quality that you can, because it will last longer. And also you can kind of get a bargain. You know, you can get a pair of boots or trousers or a jacket or something that might cost you 3 or 4 times as much new. Go on to apps like Vinted or Depop or eBay or plenty of other apps and services that you can access, and get that same thing with the tag still on for half, quarter or a third of the price. It absolutely makes sense, because what that will do is it means that you will be wearing that garment for a lot longer, because you've considered all these other aspects before you've even got to this point where you're making that purchase. So always choose the best quality that you can afford within your budget. And if you are really on a budget, consider getting pre-loved. Now, last but not least, the most important part of a capsule wardrobe is that every purchase you make is intentional. Now, I'm hoping that what I've taken you through gives you a really clear idea now what you need to think about, so to make sure that every purchase is intentional. What you don't want to do is build up that capsule wardrobe from scratch and then go out and have a splurge and buy a bunch of things, you know, on a whim. Maybe you've had a few glasses of wine with your friends, and buy things that you're never going to wear or that don't fit in your wardrobe, because they just end up clogging it up again. It feels so much better when you become intentional, and it can take time. So don't expect this capsule wardrobe to work overnight, because it probably won't work overnight. It could take time. I'll give you an example. A couple of winters ago, I wanted a charcoal grey wool tailored coat. I didn't want any fancy bits and pieces over it. I wanted something that looked quite timeless, that would last me years and years and years. And that I decided to get it around February time. We're in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's kind of smack bang in the middle of the winter. I didn't see anything that winter, so then I sort of loosely started looking through the summer, and I think I found something in September, October time. And it was a Dolce & Gabbana beautifully tailored, lined charcoal grey coat, which I got for £60. It's about $90. It was secondhand, it was like new, it's absolutely beautiful, and every single time I wear it, people comment on it. And that was because I held out. Now, I am sure you know just as much as I do that I could have gone into any high street store or anywhere and picked up a charcoal grey coat that winter. I could have found one anywhere, but I chose to wait. I chose to wait to find something that felt like that was the right one, and that it fitted me perfectly, and it was exactly what I wanted, and eventually I found it. So it can take time to find that perfect item, particularly if you're on a budget, but stick to it, because then once you start doing it, everything just starts to become so cohesive and so easy to mix and match. So intentional shopping is your most important aspect to building that capsule wardrobe. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have, please subscribe. Please leave me a little comment below. Like this video. Tell your friends. You know, tell anybody else you know who's struggling with building a capsule wardrobe, or even decluttering. You know, because this is, I think, a really good video for somebody who just wants to get started. And if you want help with building a capsule wardrobe, book in a consultation with me. I'd love to have a chat to you. I make these videos. I'm literally just talking to a camera. It'd be really nice to see see some of your faces. I love it when people come through and they say, oh, you know, I heard your podcast or I saw your YouTube video. It's always really lovely to see the faces of the people that are actually watching these videos. So yeah, book in a consultation with me and we can have a really good chat about how I can help you and, you know, where you can move forward building your capsule wardrobe and what help you might need. So have a lovely week wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.